Dresden Press just launched a secret Halloween quest update, and besties, it's absolutely iconic. There's new lore, a hidden outfit set, and even some fan favorites making a comeback this year. There's a lot to unpack, besties, in this video, so let's get right into it. Alrighty, besties, so this tutorial is going to break down all 3 chapters of the Halloween quest from 2024. If you've already completed this last year and you just want to know how to unlock the secret Nurse Julie set, you can skip to this time frame here. However, for those of you who haven't completed the quest last year, either because you're a new player or missed the event, I'll be breaking down each chapter and all the secret endings that they currently have. In order to obtain the Nurse Julie set as well, you must complete all 3 of these chapters first, so make sure you guys are paying close attention to all 3 chapters and then skipping back into the part about Nurse Julie. Also, for a reference, besties, I will be completing this tutorial by myself, as I've done this many times before, so I know how to do this, but I highly suggest trying to gather a group of besties to speed up the process, especially for chapter 2 and 3, as it gets progressively harder. Alrighty, besties, so to spawn in there, it's a little bit confusing, so all you have to do is go into any Dresden Press server and hit the teleport icon. Head on over to the Halloween quest option and hit yes. Once you spawn into the Halloween quest server, you're gonna go to the left where this green portal lies. You're gonna hit the yes button, you'll be spawned into the Halloween quest 2024. Alrighty, besties, so when you spawn into chapter 1, you're immediately greeted with this eerie well, and you will only have 2 minutes to find Lana's childhood home in the middle of the forest before it gets dark. To start out, besties, make sure you're taking note of the white flowers on the ground. This is going to be your guide to find the house the quickest way possible. But be wary, besties, because the minute you take a wrong turn, you will be stuck in an endless spiral of paths that lead to nowhere. So make sure the second you see that there's no more white flowers, make sure you turn back immediately to where you were before. My strongest piece of advice, besties, make sure you're using shift locks so that way you can run a little bit faster in the forest to ensure you're getting to the house before the 2 minutes is over. Once you found Lana's childhood home, Lana is going to ask for your help to pack 6 items before heading to a secret location. These 6 items are a camera, a nail file, a paint palette, a journal, a book titled Greek Tales, and a teddy bear. So in the midst of searching for these items, you are going to be chased by Lana's parents, who in her eyes are seen as a 2-headed monster. So make sure when you're looking at these 2-headed monsters to follow their movement patterns to decide when you can go inside the house and where you can go when trying to go around the house. So firstly, besties, we're going to avoid the house for now and head over to this barn located on the far right corner of the map. Once you're inside the barn, climb up the ladder and get the blue key. This key will unlock the door in Lana's parents' room, so head into the house now and walk upstairs to the first door on your left. Once you're in Lana's parents' room, you're gonna go ahead and go to this door over here and use the blue keys for the blue lock. Once you've unlocked the door, make sure to get the camera behind the crates and return it to Lana in her room. Now, Lana's room will be the other room on the upstairs floor. This is where you're going to have to return all the items you find on the map, so make sure you guys remember where you are so you can always come back and return all of the other 5 items that you find. Alrighty, now so you're gonna walk back out into the parents' bedroom again, and next to the door there will be a dresser. On the right side of the dresser, you will find the purple key. Now this key will unlock the garage, so now you're gonna have to head back downstairs and go outside to the right to unlock the garage. Now the item in the garage is hidden pretty nicely, so make sure you guys are paying close attention, but beneath this plank over here, you will find the second item, which is going to be the teddy bear. Now while you're dropping off your next item, the next location is actually going to be in Lana's room, so don't go anywhere. You're going to look behind these crates, and to the right of it will be the pink key. You're gonna head back downstairs again and unlock the laundry room. Now the laundry room is located next to the bathroom, which will come in handy for the later on key. Once you've gotten inside the laundry room, on the top of the shelf over here will be our third item, the art palettes. Now besties, if you're noticing that you're constantly getting attacked by Lana's parents, a quick tip to stay safely away from them is to head outside of the house and to the right of the front door. If you adjust your camera enough, you can kind of peer inside to the house to watch their movement pattern. This is something that I absolutely recommend you guys watch first, especially if you're doing this alone. You notice that they hit a 4-corner method. So it'll be to the living room, to the kitchen, to the main front door, and then up the stairs. Once they've headed into the kitchen, that is your cue to head upstairs. And now when they head upstairs, that is your cue to go to the kitchen. And speaking of the kitchen, our next 2 items will be located downstairs in the kitchen dining room area. When you're looking inside the kitchen, head to the pot next to the back door to find the red key. Now there will be several pots scattered around the stove, so make sure you guys are going to this exact one by the back door. You're gonna walk outside to the left side of the house and you will find a latch. Just walk down those stairs and you will use the red key to unlock the basement. When you walk into the basement, to the right will be a dresser, and on the dresser will be our fourth item, the journal. Alrighty, besties, so after you've dropped the journal off to Lana, head back downstairs to the kitchen, and to the right of the entrance will be a dresser. On the left side of the dresser, you will find the orange key. This key unlocks the bathroom door, which I had mentioned before, so we're gonna circle back to the bathroom, which is going to be over here on the right. Once you're inside the bathroom, go immediately behind the door next to the trash can, and you will find the nail file, which is going to be our fifth item, bestie. So we have one more item left to go, and then we're almost done with chapter 1. Now our last item is going to be located in the living room. This one is definitely the most trickiest one to find, so make sure you guys are paying close attention to what I'm doing. You have to walk up as close as possible to this next item, so make sure you guys are walking as close as you can. So once you're in the living room, in the corner over here, you will see this plant. Now once you go all the way in the back, you will see the green key. This will unlock the attic in the parents' bedroom, so now you're gonna head back upstairs for good and walk into the parents' bedroom. You will notice a staircase leading to the upstairs attic, so walk up the stairs and unlock it with the green key. Once you unlock the attic, head over to these crates over here, and the last item will be the Greek Tales book. Once you've given Lana all of her items, she will pack up her stuff and head to the mental hospital, which is going to be where chapter 2 is going to take place. Alrighty, besties, so now you have spawned into chapter 2 and you'll be introduced to the iconic Nurse Julie. Your main goal is to find all 6 pieces of the map, but the catch is you will have to survive a rampage Nurse Julie. Now I know this is your first time meeting Nurse Julie, you had high expectations, but guess what, besties? She is unfortunately the antagonist. You will have to try to run away from her. She definitely does not hold back when it comes to attacking you, and she will lunge at you. So make sure to avoid touching any shattered glass, trays, doors, and any other items you may find scattered on the floor. Any touch in the slightest will trigger her flight or flight, and she will attack. The good news is, besties, is that there are several lockers located around the map that you can use to hide from her. You can also tell when she is close or near if you see an image of her makeup on your screen. When the image is very prominent and clear, that means she is right next to you. Now, besties, before I get into the location of these pieces, this part will be to unlock the Nurse Julie set. So if you skip to here, let's dive into the tutorial. To unlock Nurse Julie's set, you must find 3 tree symbols and the key scattered throughout the map. The first symbol is inside the cafeteria, so when you spawn in, go to the left and travel straight until you find the room labeled cafeteria. Head into the cafeteria and go all the way towards the back to the right-hand corner wall. When you look onto the right of the wall, you will find the first rune. After you found your first rune, you're gonna head outside and walk up to the upstairs. The next one is going to be behind this couch, and you will find the second rune on the wall over here. And lastly, besties, you need one more rune. So the next one is going to be in room 28. Obviously for pose 28, there was some kind of symbolism there. You know you saw it. This is going to be next to room 28 on this broken bed over here. You can kind of see the symbol over here. So once you found all 3 pieces, we now have to find a key. So you're gonna continue walking on the second floor and find a desk that is under a sign that says Home of the Doves Medical Center. After you gotten all 4 items, it's time to enter into the quarantine section. You can find the quarantine section room on the right side of the bottom floor, so head back downstairs again and simply take the first right after you spawn into the map and walk down the entire floor until you find this room labeled the quarantine section. Once you've entered into the quarantine section room, you're gonna walk straight to find the nurse's station. Open the Nurse Julie room at the end. Once you found this, you can see her outfit right over here, besties, so make sure you guys click on that to redeem it, and you will get all 3 parts of the outfit for free. Alrighty, besties, so now that part is over, we're gonna go back into chapter 2. So besties, you have to find 6 pieces scattered around this map. Alrighty, besties, so the first piece is going to be in the cafeteria. So when you spawn, take a left and go straight all the way down the hallway until you see these double doors that are labeled cafeteria. When you walk in the cafeteria, go all the way to the back on the left hand side and you'll find the first map piece on this table with the 4 chairs. The second piece is going to be in Lana's room, which is room 3. So when you walk out of the cafeteria, go straight all the way down until you see a room that says room 3. This is going to be Lana's room. Alright, guys, so once you go into Lana's room, the second piece is going to be on the bed on the right hand side. The next 4 pieces will be upstairs only, so make sure you guys note that when you guys get caught by Julie, eventually you will be respawned back downstairs. So make sure you make a mental note to go all the way in the back to head up the stairs each time you respawn. The next piece is going to be in the bathroom. So head upstairs towards this poster and then you'll see the bathroom stalls. Go all the way down to the last stall and this is where the next piece will be. After that, besties, the next piece is going to be in the storage room on top of this metal rack over here. And the next piece is going to be in the recreation room. So head all the way to the back again until you find this room labeled recreation room. And underneath this rainbow next to these crates will be the next piece. And lastly, besties, there is one more piece left to get, and it's going to be in head nurse Julie's office. Once you get into the office, it's going to be on this desk over here, and this is going to be our last piece. Once you found all the pieces, besties, you're going to head over to the red trail and follow it until you find this door highlighted in red. Once you've opened the door, that's going to cut to a cutscene where you are going to be chased by Nurse Julie. So similar to the last version, guys, make sure you guys are in first person and run as quick as possible, making sure you follow the red mist trail. This is very similar to the last one, so make sure you guys are holding shift lock to run faster to ensure that you get out of there as quick as possible. And once you besties have made it out of there, you're going to be moving on to chapter 3. Alright, besties, so now we've moved on to chapter 3, and in the start of chapter 3, you're greeted by the lovely Serena. Serena needs your help to defeat Lina and Lana's doppelganger, and so once you respawn in, you must follow the red path and use the fireflies to help escape the maze. I'm gonna stay on this part because it's a little bit tedious, but all you have to do is that you have to make sure you're following all the fireflies, and you have to make sure once you don't see the fireflies anymore, the chances are that you are probably lost. In the midst of all that's happening, you must avoid 4 types of obstacles. The first obstacle is the spikes, so to avoid the spikes, wait for them to go down and quickly run through them. The next one is the Scythe, and this one is a little bit more simpler. All you have to do is kind of jump over it. The next obstacle is the spikes, so to avoid that, you must avoid the shadow cast of the spikes by walking around it or run before it crushes you. And lastly, the final obstacle is the rolling spikes, which are easily avoidable by jumping when it's near you or when walking around when it's further from you. So you'll know you're at the end of the maze when you see this little opening over here, and it'll say that you finished the maze. After completing the maze, you'll be greeted by the YouTuber Call Me Haley. She's requesting your assistance to defeat Lina and fake Lana and help bring her back to life. When you spawn there will be various stages to complete to defeat both of them. The first thing you absolutely want to do is make sure you pick up the Scythe when you spawn in and fight off the 3 Lana doppelgangers that will spawn in. The next stage, rocks will appear from the ground as black liquid oozes up. Avoid this by standing on top of a rock and wait for the liquid to fully emerge the rock completely. The next stage will be the red stripes, so make sure you are avoiding the red stripes at all costs by standing on any grass part of the map, and this will automatically avoid the red lines completely. This will be a little bit challenging because it will happen really quickly, so make sure you're doing this very fast. Similarly to the last stage, you're going to have to avoid the red circles this time instead of the lines, and the way to avoid them is by standing on any grass part of the map. The next stage, you'll have to run as quick as possible away from Lina as she's coming at you with full force. The next stage, Lina will jump to the center and cause hollow circles to appear 3 times. Make sure to jump and avoid them when she smashes the ground. And the last part, besties, is the boss fight, so all you have to do is attack Lina by spam clicking the Scythe at her before she wakes up. If you're doing this map solo like I am, it should take 25 swings to defeat her, but if you're doing this as a group, it'll be a lot less for sure. After you defeated Lina, the quest is finally finished and you get this adorable cutscene of Lana on the beach on a vacation. After the cutscene is finished, you are all finished with the chapters of the Halloween quest. Let's head on back into Dress to Impress service to see your prizes. There will be 7 prizes total that you earn from completing all the chapters, 4 from the Halloween 2024 event and 3 from the Nurse Julie set quest. The first prize is this gorgeous goddess dress that has a slit in the front of it. This dress has 4 toggles, the default that has the belt, type 2 which makes it into a skirt with the belt, type 3 which lowers the waistline of the skirt, and type 4 which is the basic dress. Next prize is a handheld bird cage with a raven inside. This handheld has 3 toggles. The first toggle is the cage with the roses, the second toggle is the raven resting on your hand, and the third toggle is the raven resting on your shoulder. The next prize is a gladiator shield that has 2 toggles. The first toggle is the shield facing head on, and the second toggle has the shield turned onto the side facing backwards. And the last prize from this set is a gladiator inspired toga that is only available for the male avatar, so make sure you switch over to the avatar before trying it on because it will not work on the female. The next set is going to be the Nurse Julie set from the secret room. This set is a 3-piece set that has a dress, leg piece, and a nurse hat. The dress has 4 toggles, the default, and then the 2 options to get rid of the name card or the buttons depending on your preference, and the option to just have the sleeves only. The leg piece has 1 additional toggle that can turn the syringe on and off depending on your preference. And And lastly, the nurse's hat has no toggles, but it has the option to item adjust and make it larger and changing on the axis depending on your preference. Alright besties, so that is all that I have for this video. If you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to be part of the squad. Also make sure you turn on post notifications to be notified whenever I post a new video or go live. And join our Roblox group linked at the top of our description for some new merch. Also besties, don't forget to check out my short video that has a full tutorial on how to make the Nurse Julie set that I'm currently wearing now. I'll see you besties in my next one, and happy Halloween besties!